Alright, hey, so yesterday I uploaded a video showing Nvidia frame generation combined with AMD fluid motion frames in Modern Warfare 3 using my 4070 and 7900 XT in the same rig. The visual result was incredible. It was hitting around 225 frames in 4K and it just looked so good. The problem was that there was an insane amount of latency. The way that these technologies work is pretty much by post-processing the rendered image. So frame generation is going to add its own latency, and then fluid motion frames on top of that is adding its latency on the already frame generated images. So it doesn't just stack, it kind of multiplies by compounding when the two features are combined. So I tested MW3 first because it has frame generation. But obviously my favorite game is Escape from Tarkov, so I had to go see how a Radeon and GeForce combo would do on the streets of Tarkov. Now I've tested fluid motion frames before on a single Radeon GPU, and I found that the results were pretty good and the latency was okay, actually. So now I'm going to see what a 4070 with frame generation produced by a 7900 XT can do in 4K on the streets of Tarkov in patch 13.9. My system here is a 5800 X3D on an X570 Aorus Master running 32 gigs of Samsung BDI DDR4 RAM at 3800 CL14. The sticks are actually rated at 4000 CL14. And you can't really find sticks like these anymore. I have an Inland QN322 M2 NVMe drive handling the storage, and a humble little Deepcool AG400 BK cooling the efficient 5800 X3D here. So let's go ahead and see what Frankenstein can do on streets. So here's something you don't see every day. GeForce Experience and AMD Adrenalin on the same system. If you want to do this yourself, you need to make sure that you're on the latest GeForce driver and on the latest AMD preview driver for your Radeon card. It needs to be an RX 6000 or 7000 series card in order to enable global FMF. Links for the AMD preview drivers and Nvidia GeForce Experience in the video description below. Next, you got to make sure that the display is plugged into the Radeon card and not the GeForce card, okay? Next, hit the start key, start typing in graphics, get to the graphics menu within Windows 11, select Escape from Tarkov, select specific GPU, make sure you have the GeForce card selected here. This determines which card is going to render the image for the game. So I'm all configured up. Here are the settings. I'm in 3840 by 2160, DLSS balanced on the 4070, and global FMF is on for the 7900 XT. So everything's buttoned up in terms of configuration. I went ahead and created myself a loadout to get into a live raid on streets in patch 13.9. I'm just going to run a simple little Vector 45 here with some AP rounds. And here we go. Let's see what it can do. Since we're not doubling up on frame generation, I think the latency should be much better than what we saw in the MW3 test. All right, so we're loaded in. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the Adrenalin overlay. Currently, this is the only one that can track FMF properly, so that's why I'm combining it with my usual overlay. And just to remind you, I'm in 4K here, and I'm hitting 210 frames using a 4070 and 7900 XT. And the total latency is about 22 milliseconds, and it feels very responsive. It's not bad at all, and it just looks like absolute butter. I put side-by-side stats for the 7900 XT and the 4070. I'm just kind of in shock right now. This is crazy. Wow. It feels really responsive. The price of these two cards put together is about the cost of the 4080 right now, which is inflated because of the 4090 ban in China. If you look at the power consumption combined, it's around 420-ish. And I mean, That's pretty close to what a 4090 or an XTX would pull. And we're definitely not hitting 200 FPS with either of those cards. If they can get the frame generation latency down a little bit more, I can see people using this as a real world option. Right now, I mean, I would play this as is. The 20 millisecond total frame generation lag is not bad at all. It feels very snappy, and I could definitely go with this. So is this the new 4K meta? I don't know, it might be. With 4090s being so hard to get and so expensive, you can get more performance and you have more versatility with 2 cards. So the fact that they use different methods to achieve their optimal performance without infringing on each other's copyrights kind of plays well for us as gamers, because then we can combine the two. I just can't believe it. It's insane. So this has just sparked my curiosity like crazy. I'll be doing a lot more Radeon plus GeForce tests in the near future. If you have any requests for my Frankenstein here, just let me know. Leave it in the comments below. Hit me up in Discord, whatever. For now, that's all I got. In this one. I hope the information I presented was helpful, informative, or entertaining in some way. This is where I'm going to drop off and let the rest of the footage play. You can go ahead and scroll through and see what you'd like to see. As always, thank you for joining me in this one and supporting Pyurologie. It really means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next one.
Never mind, we still got work to do.
I'm hurt!